Hello boys, and welcome back to another Warframe video. In this one I'm going to be showing you how to make platinum in Warframe, and specifically in this one how to get good stock to sell to people. So basically this is trade chat. If you've never used this in Warframe before, it is an absolutely essential part of the game if you want to get platinum. As you can see, I'm sitting currently at 22,761 platinum with 62 million credits. Both of these are essential. Credits are essential to making platinum, so I will eventually make a guide on how to farm credits. There's two ways: index and profit taker. But for this video I'm going to be showing you how to specifically get good stock. So this is my current stock that I'm working with right now. It's not the greatest. I have an Acolyto here with negative slashes, quite a nice Riven, but people don't like buying minus slash Rivens, and B, the Acolyto is completely useless. I've got this nice Exurgis though with negative impact, which is really nice. Multi-shot critical chance, status chance. It's quite a decent Riven. I'm selling it for just 1,300 platinum. I'm selling a expensive Euphona Prime. Basically, if you don't know, status chance got nerfed on pretty much every single shotgun, including the Euphona Prime. This Riven used to be absolutely beautiful before, but now I am selling it for 5,000 platinum. I don't know if that's too much or too little. Another big thing about trading in Warframe is you want to gauge prices. So you want to put out one price and you want it to be too high rather than too low, because you want to see how people respond to that. If it's too low, you're going to get sniped. You're going to end up losing profit. So I put this at 5k for now. Literally just listed it because I made a few sells. Then I've got these other two things in my stock. Anyway, I've been rambling on for way too long, right? I want to make this video as concise as possible. Basically, the main way to get good stock in this game is you sit in trade chat, right? You literally sit in trade chat. You look at what Rivens are coming up. So say, for example, this guy's Kuva Brahma. I wouldn't really want to buy it. I found this guy. So he said he wants to sell this Riven, this Vulnus with melee damage, critical damage, attack speed, and negative critical chance for slide attack. He's selling it for 600, which is quite reasonable. Let me ask him what's your best offer for it real quick, as I'm trying to gauge what kind of what's the lowest he would go for it, basically, because I want to get the best possible deal. Keep in mind, he has thrown me out this price. And yeah, so he's gone in and said lowest I can do is 500. I'm going to pick it up for 500 no matter what, because the Vulnus Prime just came out. If you didn't know, this Riven will definitely sell for more than 500. I know that melee damage is a bit of a dead start with condition overload, but people still pay for this. So what I'm going to actually do, I've literally just found this guy in trade chat right now. It's perfect for this video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to barter with him, basically. I will make a video specifically on negotiation and how I negotiate in this game. How I've gotten my 22,000 platinum so far. It's all through Rivens, basically. I'm going to tell this guy, if you can make it 350p, it's a deal, right? I'm just negotiating with him right now. I do not expect for him to say yes to that, but I'm trying to gauge, because a lot of the time people in trade chat will say one thing and they will mean another. Okay, so he has said sorry, too low for me, so I can go up and say, how about 400? Right, I can keep going like this. It's because there's no real risk to doing this. There's no there is one risk. The risk is that someone else comes in, likes this Riven, and will pick it up before me, basically. That is the main risk. So you want to be snappy with it. But here you go. He said 450, right? This is the basic negotiation in this game. He said 450. He said lowest he could do is 500 before. Now he's saying 450, 425, and you have a deal on your hands, right? I'm just trying to get the best possible deal so that I can make the most amount of profit. I'm going to buy this thing anyway, so let me put my game mode to public, and I'll keep looking in trade chat too. There are some interesting offers that come up occasionally, so you do definitely want to be watching trade chat, seeing what kind of Rivens are coming in, what's coming out, stuff like that. For example, there's that Amprex Sati Akriata. When you get good at this, at just looking at trade chat, you will eventually be able to tell if a Riven has the potential to be good from its name. So I could tell this thing was going to be critical damage, multi-shot, and damage, but it's got a terrible negative. So that is definitely not worth getting. This guy's thinking about my offer. Hopefully he'll take it. But for now, basically, there are certain stats you want to learn what to get, and because this is how to get good stock, I'm going to tell you which stats are good. So basically, for primaries, you want critical damage, multi-shot, and critical chance. Elementals are good too, as long as they are toxin, pretty much toxin, electricity or heat. So he's now said invite, so I'm going to invite him. He wants to do the deal for this Vulnus, so I think that I could sell this for at least 1,000. I think more, to be honest. I might use this because it's really quite a decent Riven. So anyway, as I was saying, for primaries, you want critical chance, critical damage, multi-shot, and you want negatives such as negative zoom, plus weapon recoil, minus ammo max depending on the weapon, also negative puncture, negative impact, and stuff like that. So here we go. I'm buying this Riven for 425 platinum. The thing is, I'm not asking you guys to invest 425 platinum, right? Thank you. Have an amazing day. I always like to be very nice to people in trade chat too, as often I have gotten people repeat buying off of me. That is a interesting Tiburon, but a bad negative once again. If you're nice to people, they do often come back. And pretty much what I'm telling you, I've literally, okay, in this game, I have gotten Rivens. I got this Riven, which I've been offered multiple times 30,000 platinum for it. And I got it for 30 platinum in trade chat. The guy literally said, want to sell Ogress, 30 platinum. I saw the reason why I've gotten offered that much is because it has a negative impact, which is a glitch in this game, as the Ogress has no impact. So it literally cannot roll negative impact. So this is one of one Riven in the game, and it has the best positive stats that you can get. Well, obviously it looks really nice. The Ogress has shitty crits, but Kuva Ogress is a little bit better. So basically, the main takeaway from this video is that if you can find good Rivens in trade chat for cheap, try and gauge how much they're worth, how much would you pick them up, and that depends on the stats it has. So for example, this guy's trying to price check. You can try and price check, just be very careful not to get scammed, because there will be people that will price check you badly and then they will just try and buy it, which is complete scam. So don't do that. Do not be unethical, okay? Just see if you can get good deals, but do not be unethical. Yes, you want to learn the good stats for each Riven. So you want damage, multi-shot, critical chance, critical damage, any combination of those with elementals such as toxin for primaries. You want the same for secondaries. You want the negatives that I mentioned earlier. And then as for melees are a bit more complex. You want melee damage is okay. I mean, people say it's really redundant because of condition overload, but it still looks nice. It's damage, you know what I mean? It still sells quite decently. Critical damage is amazing. Attack speed's amazing. This negative is awesome on a lot of weapons. It's pretty good for the Vulnus too, as it has you don't really slide with it that much, and yeah, so that's a great negative. You also want a negative puncture or impact on melees. You don't really want negative slash, as that can be quite harmful. I do have some negative slash Rivens myself, but for melee, but that's just because I collect negative IPS, so I kind of like the way it looks. You want negatives like minus finisher damage for melee. You want range. So for example, this Gram, this is a great example of a perfect stat combination right now. Critical damage, range, attack speed, right? Let me go back to the Orbiter 2 to show you some perfect Rivens that you will want to be on the lookout for real quick, as I'm just simply trying to help you guys to find what makes a good Riven that you can sell or keep if you want to become a collector too. So these are all my Rivens. I've got many Rivens. I've been doing this for a long time. I've probably had a net worth of, I don't know, like 300,000 plus platinum in this game. And then I still have all of these Rivens. I get offered for each of these Rivens like 10,000 platinum plus on a sometimes on a weekly basis, but it depends on who, if it's by collectors or whatever. But these are all very good examples of great perfect stat Rivens. This Atomos, for example, it has damage, critical damage, multi-shot, and negative zoom. It's unrolled, which just adds collector value to it basically. That is a perfect Riven for the Atomos. This Exceltra, damage, multi-shot, critical damage, negative impact. That is an example of a perfect Riven for the Exceltra. This is a bit of a different combination. Ballistica, Acrocritata, critical chance, damage, critical damage, negative puncture for the Ballistica. It's a really nice Riven. I could probably sell that for, I don't know, like 4,000 platinum minimum. There's many. For example, this one, the Gorgon, with Toxin, multi-shot, damage, and negative impact. That's a good example that elementals like Toxin can be really good too. But I would mainly stick to Toxin, because Toxin makes viral, corrosive, it makes all the best combos. So do not stray too far away from that kind of stuff. I obviously have the Ogress and stuff like that. Yeah, so that reload speed can be quite nice too. That is a good few examples of Riven stats that I'd say you want to look out for the best sales possible. You want critical chance, critical damage, multi-shot, all of that good stuff, and that will sell for the absolute most. Let's have a look if there's, and also I will be teaching you how to make a copy paste link like this, and one that can also stand out really well in trade chat, what the best times are. I have so much to share on this topic, so please stay tuned for the next couple of videos. I'm going to make this into a series. Let's have a look. Okay, for example, a Riven that you might be thinking from my previous advice, okay, this thing's amazing. Okay, it's got critical chance, punch through, multi-shot, and negative damage to Grenier. Let me tell you why I would not buy this Riven, even if he was selling it for cheap. This is sadly the guy that I literally just bought the Vulnus from, but let me tell you why I wouldn't buy this, right? No shade to him, but basically negative damage to Grenier is one of the worst negatives in the entire game, right? The only reason why you would use a Riven like this is for Eidolon hunting, okay? Because of the negative does not impact anything to do with Eidolon hunting. But punch through is completely useless for Eidolon hunting. You could use this still for Eidolon hunting, but I'd highly recommend getting a Riven like this with heat. So this is not going to be a good sell. That's one example of something that would sell badly. And then, for example, this Vulnus has a really nice stat combination, and this is an example of something that would be able to sell quite decently. But I will leave you guys with one final note before I end this video, and that is that Rivens are priced at whatever the buyer and seller want to sell them / buy them at. There's no set price for Rivens. I've had Rivens that I deemed terrible before, sell for 10,000 platinum. I've had a Heat Dagger Riven with critical chance, critical damage, and damage, negative puncture, sell for 10,000 platinum. So, and that's a Heat Dagger. Have you seen the Heat Dagger, how bad that weapon is? And those stats are okay, but they're nothing that insane. I've had tons of Rivens sell for that kind of platinum. So what I'd recommend to you, what I'd leave you with as a final thought, is to find Riven mods that have sellable stats. Sellable. Keep that keyword in mind, sellable. You don't really care about how the best performance, the best, oh, if it has this stat, then it's going to be amazing. No, you care about sellable. If two of the most sellable combinations are going to be critical chance, damage, multi-shot, and critical damage, attack speed on melee. Range is great on melee too. Critical chance, critical damage, and multi-shot also is a great combination for primary. Those are the kind of combinations you really, really want to keep an eye out for, as those are going to be the most sellable combos. Anyway, this video has gone on for too long already. I've rambled on for way too long. If you want to see a part 2, part 3, part 4 potentially, who knows how many parts I can make on this series, how to make platinum. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends if you really enjoyed it. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.
This time you crossed the line.